Okay guys, so we are back with the next episode of the backtesting series, and I've actually inputted some of the data that we've actually got so far into Edgewonk. So I've exported the data from FX Replay. Because I did it on multiple different sessions in FX Replay, I had to export each individual one and then import it into Edgewonk. FX Replay is the backtesting tool I use, and Edgewonk is the journaling tool that I use. There's a link down below to both of them. You can go check them out if you want. But I like using Edgewonk for data, basically. I can see a nice equity graph. I can basically customize a few different things. So I will show you that here now. We can see the equity graph. We've obviously seen the equity graph of each individual month, but here we can see 4 months worth of trading. Over 4 months, we have returned 10% profit, which is very, very good. Our peak was 16% and our lowest point was minus 1%. So it's been quite up and down. That's probably the safest way to put it. One concern is big drawdown. So we obviously had 11k here, then we were down at 0.4%. So 11% down to 0.4% is over 10% in drawdown. So our max drawdown being over 10% it's not great, especially when the return overall is only 10%. It's not what I want to see. If I had a 10% drawdown, I would prefer to have a 20k or 30k return. But obviously this is the first test, so we can work on this if this kind of theme does continue with high drawdown before making profit. But we can also go in and look at all these different reports, the chart lab, so we can go and see the holding times for the trades. You see that our losing trades are usually very, very quick compared to some winners. Some winners are taking quite a long time. We can see by the time. We can see basically anything you want to see, really. Most of our losses are between 0.75 and 1%, and most of the wins are 1.75 to 2%. Not sure how I even had a win over that, but it might have been just like 2.01 or something like that. But performance ratio, we can obviously see our CalMAR, we can see our profit factor and everything like this. And like I said, this is quite low. We want this to be up at, maybe 3 or at least above 2.5. That would be ideal. So what we're going to do is we're going to do another month now. We are going to do July. And then I will show you how I export the data and basically import it into Edgewonk to collect the stats. So here we are at New York session. So we're going to play through. And if you guys don't know the rules, go and check out the previous video, the first backtesting video on this channel. I go through the rules. So videos like this one are just going to be me taking the setups. I'm not going to go through all the rules and everything. I'm just going to take the setups, maybe talk through some of the trades, and maybe when I close early. But obviously this one, first trade, a nice winner. Very, very nice. We can go to the next session here. And the good thing about FX Replay, I can just go New York session. So I don't have to click through all the way to, what I want to be trading. Okay, we have a buy here. And what I've added now is, you can see at the bottom, I've added a news filter. So I can see when there's news. So we have news at 2:30 in this trade, but we'll maybe, the news on this candle, you see the big wick. We can probably assume that, price is going to have more volatility if there's going to be a news event. I'd usually pay proper attention to it if it was an NFP, a CPI, something like that, basically, because those are the ones that usually have the most volume. So this one is a continuation setup. We're obviously trading 2 different setups, but the exact same sort of style and timing. So we enter this one here. See if this continues with the trend. It does. We've had a very, very good start so far. We did have this in the previous month too, a good start, and it didn't really end too well. We ended at break even. It's either, I've noticed the months either end very, very well, or they start very, very well. I haven't had one that is basically equal throughout. Not yet anyway, I don't think. Hopefully that will come. As we all know, consistency is key, especially in trading. First loss of the video. It's always painful. Yeah, like you see this one here. First Friday of the month is going to be NFP, and you can see the absolute lunacy of this candle. There's no point even trying to trade that. You see this one. If we do continuation trade here, and then we're going to trade that to the upside. Place order, and you see how quick I can go through the setups and see if there's a valid trade now, just based on repetition. Basically, I'm seeing the same setups. I think I've seen 70 plus trades of the same setup now, so I know exactly when I should be buying and when I should be selling. See, this one technically is broken to the upside. 1 to 2. Place order. There we go, TP hit. Next day. So you're already a third of the way through the month already. Whereas the first video did take a lot longer because I was kind of getting used to the setup. I was explaining it to you guys. But this one we can kind of rattle through and collect as much data as possible. And you guys, when you're watching this, you'll probably get a good idea of how I'm basically going through collecting the data too. I was considering doing a live stream going through this as well. If you guys want to see that, let me know. So this one is a complete mess. So we're going to ignore that. As you see, we did have PPI at this time. Again, always good to avoid news if you can. If you're trading on a higher time frame, it obviously isn't as effective, or it doesn't affect you as much as the lower time frames, obviously, because slippage isn't as bad because of your stop loss size. But sometimes it is always best to avoid it, especially if you are a prop firm trader. This one, brutal. Okay, let's see what we can do. This one, again, news, retail sales. Good time to avoid it. You know, sometimes there's obviously volatility without news, but because we can see that there's news at that point, there's no point us even trying to trade it. There we go, place order. As you notice, the losses are fairly quick, which is good. Some people don't like quick losses. I like being out of the trade if I'm wrong as soon as possible. It basically clears your mind. If I take a trade and I lose, I'm completely fine with that. If I'm in a trade and I'm in it for 15 hours or 2 days, and then it loses after being in profit, and then I'm in drawdown, it's just so much more painful. So that's why I always like having quick losses. Okay, let's see what happens. Oof, big melter here. The issues with these candles, it does mean the stop loss has to be a lot larger than some other trades. There we go. Play this one through. Probably hit stop loss, but we have no reason to close unless it gets past like 7:30, I think I said. Okay, so next candle, we can close it here. It could hit take profit, but I'm closing it because I don't want to hold trades later than that, basically. And that's what I have done on all the previous setups as well. I kind of want to stick to the exact same rules for all the trades. I don't want to have different rules depending on, oh, I think it's going to hit TP, so I'm going to hold it. Yeah, we can quickly look back and you see, yeah, price did end up rallying to the upside and losing. So it was kind of good that we closed that early. This one's absolutely melted. Perfect. This is good. You know, I say quick losses are good, but quick wins are also good. Entering and then hitting TP quickly is just, yeah, probably up there as like top 3 feelings, best feelings in the world. You can't really beat it. Winning the lottery is probably up there too. I don't think anything can beat quick TP hit. There we go. Keep melting. TP hit. This is a very, very good month. We're nearing the end of the month, but this is a very, very good one. Unless we have some crazy losses now. I don't want to jinx it. They're probably listening to me. Even though this data's already actually happened. anything can happen still. Like this one. Oh, TP here, that's beautiful. News, next day. Okay, this one, yeah, news again. We'll skip that. There's no point even trading news, so I'm not even going to entertain it. Okay, this one. So, very, very tight stop loss in this one, but I had to put it above the wick. So I'm just doing that basically. Come on. There we go. How many days does July have? I have no clue. Okay, this is the last day, I'm pretty sure. Or might have 31st. Yeah, but remember, this one is a momentum trade. Or I can't remember what I called it. But continuation maybe. We have to take it. Is it going to win? Is it going to lose? It lost. That's fine. On to the next. And yeah, this is the last trade. Oof. So obviously we enter until 3:30. So if we don't break structure at 3:30 or before 3:30, we're not trading. This one technically broke this structure here. So we have to enter. 1 to 2, final trade of the video before we go into some data. Melt, please. There we go. Okay, so very, very good month. I'm gonna take you through onto the analytics now. So as you see here, I'll quickly move the webcam so you can see what I'm doing. So I go in the top right here and I press export. It's literally that simple. Then I go to Edgewonk and what I do here is I go down bottom left, press import. I set this to FX replay. Then I import the file. Click the right file, save and upload. It will say trade import in progress even. And we just wait. It takes a few seconds. And then we will see the beauty of the trade. So if we go back here, you can see that this account alone is up 18%. And we made 15% that month. Jesus Christ. 15% in 1 month. So looking back here, if I just move the webcam, there we go. You can see now on the equity graph, we've had another massive leg towards the upside. This is just amazing. And it's brought our average P&L from, I think it was $150 per trade, almost doubled it to $295 per trade. So obviously improved our return to 25%, 25k profit or 23% return. Amazing, absolutely amazing. And if we actually go on to the performance thing here, go to the Kalmar and profit factor. Remember I mentioned that these I wanted to get to around 2.5 to 3. The Kalmar is now at 2.23. So getting to a point with the strategy, it's kind of steadied itself a bit. Obviously we had that crazy spike and then fall, but we're kind of steadying ourselves now and getting to the point that I actually want the strategy to actually be at. So obviously we look percentage wise, we've had a nice leg up here. We can obviously go on FX replay here and see the full month. So we see started with winning trades, ended basically with a winning streak too, and it was just perfect. 18% for the year. If this does carry on, this is going to be a very, very good strategy. And it's very, very simple. It'll probably take me half an hour a day, maybe something like that. And if it continues, then it's going to be perfect to trade live. We're going to obviously have to take steps because I want to reduce the drawdown. There are many things I want to improve with the strategy before taking it live. And before you comment saying, oh, you haven't tested enough. I know. I've only tested 5 months because we're only at 5 episodes in, I'm pretty sure, on the series. So I only have 5 months to test because I don't want to post a video of this every single day, basically. That's kind of the reason why. I could obviously crank out 2 years of data in 1 day. But talking for 15 minutes alone, it hurts your throat when you're speaking the whole time. So very, very good updates on the backtesting. And yeah, I'll catch you guys ready for August.